by prestigious European car manufacturers for a special visit. This was the beginning of my European tour, and the starting point for your new car culture experience. My journey would let me spend time among the finest machines the old continent has produced. French elegance, German peak engineering.
Welcome to the Porsche Museum. First and foremost, Porsche is something you have to drive. You have to sit in, you have to feel. If you sit in the car, then you directly recognize this is a Porsche.
British craftsmanship.
Experience the bike that we already love. Character, performance, detail, quality, style.
I'll relate my journey for you, and for my archives. These are my Luxury Chronicles.
The Voyage of our Archivist. 13 events, lots of side activities and prize money to win. The Motorfest has spared no expenses on this luxury experience.
My trip back to Europe would lead me first to France, with a schedule full of promise. I couldn't wait to meet the people from Bugatti, embodiment of French car luxury, and spend time with some of the most brilliant machines in the country. But my very first meeting was with an equally interesting manufacturer and a rather peculiar car. Genty Automobile and their first creation, the Accolone. My European journey was starting far from the buzzing cities, in the small village of Saint-Yor, in central France. When you get these notes, you'll be driving the roads of now, the very cars I'm writing about, to get a proper French luxury feel without leaving Hawaii or the festival. The Accolone and Genty Automobile was such an interesting starting point for my tour. A newcomer to the French luxury car market, their very first machine. This was very exciting. Creator who dreamed of building his own luxury hypercar with 4-figure horsepower and an unparalleled power-to-weight ratio from scratch. By the time you, driver, get my notes, the result should be in your hands. rarity and soul. The Accolone by Genty Automobile. Visit at Genty has shown us that a luxury car can bloom from the vision and passion of a single person. And today, my second stop in France has shown that luxury cars can also come from manufacturers that usually keep their distance from the luxury world. Was about a French everyday car manufacturer, Citroën, and their famous Citroën GT. The GT is a car which, according to its main engineer in 2008, was meant to be the supercar of 2025, the same year as this European trip. Talk about apropos. Was originally made for a video game, but it had such an impact that they decided to make it a reality. At the time, the possibility of having the GTV mass-produced was real. But in the end, the incredible vehicle would remain a concept car, the world to admire, and a very privileged few to drive. GT, my tour was off to a great start, and it was only the beginning. Luxury car brand par excellence, Bugatti. There is absolutely no way I could have skipped this 110-year-old institution. My enthusiasm was vindicated as I got to spend some time with the legendary machine that was the 1936 Type 57 SC Atlantic, designed by Jean Bugatti, one of the most beautiful Bugattis ever made. A car that embodies Bugatti's pioneering spirit and passion for perfection. What a pleasure it was to take this venerable machine through the picturesque countryside roads of France. All units of this car were made at the time, including a single all-black version that John Bugatti kept for himself. Unfortunately, its whereabouts are a long-standing mystery, as that particular vehicle disappeared during World War II. Or did she? Especially when you know which car they're going to bring next. La Voiture Noire, a direct tribute to that all-black Type 57 SC I just mentioned. One of the most beautiful and most expensive cars in the world. Exclusivity, artistry, performance, and luxury. A car that is undoubtedly a worthy successor to John Bugatti's personal masterpiece. I'm pretty sure the man would have loved to see this. Anyway, for me, this was the perfect end to a perfect day. I hope you'll enjoy driving these as much as I did admiring them in their native land. Day 4 of my glorious French sojourn. I was staying at Bugatti's for another day. As the icing on the cake, Bugatti served me one last exclusive piece of art on a plate. The Bugatti Vision GT. Another car originally designed for the video game industry that made it to the real world. Mine and yours. If you're currently driving this car, and I believe you are, be cautious. This car may be a jewel. Once awakened, she becomes a beast. Bugatti and the French section of my tour were coming to an end. My next destination, Germany. After a marvelous French introduction, I was now flying to Germany to pursue my work on the European luxury brands. I was expecting great things from the upcoming meetings. This leg of the journey was a promising one, as I was about to meet my esteemed counterpart at Porsche.
My name is Frank Jung, and I'm responsible here at the Porsche AG for the corporate archive and the car collection. The archive is kind of the memory of the brand, the memory of Porsche. In between the 80 cars we're showing here, the Carrera GT is one of the top stars. Top sports car of its time, a high-performance machine. And it's mainly made by hand.
My luxury chronicles were really shaping up, with one incredible encounter after another. And now, I was about to see Porsche as never before, with a special focus on the Porsche Carrera GT. Priceless notes and pictures from my archives and for Motorfest. Among all the jewels that surround us, the Carrera GT took a special place in our day. A car born from a streak of Porsche victories, made to compete with the greatest. Top sports car in the 2000s. Dare I say, one of the top sports cars of all time. I couldn't have dreamed of a better way to start my trip in Germany. My Germany tour is officially on. After an incredible first stop in Stuttgart, I had the distinct pleasure of spending a day with Apollo Automobile and an absolute marvel of a car, the Apollo Project Evo. This car, which is still under development as I write these lines, is definitely one of the boldest and most aggressive-looking cars I've seen in my long career. The active aerodynamics, the fins, and rear spoiler, and X-Light signature, everything in this car's design screams, you're getting eaten alive. And this interior, you really have to see it to believe it. Nothing short of a superhero car. There's only one existing prototype at the moment. The one I just got the chance to discover. Note to self, I really must convince Apollo to lend this car to Motorfest for our upcoming luxury cars playlist. Fine materials and high-precision craftsmanship. But it is also the freedom to embrace a hard life. German car culture. The people from Cowley 2020 Audi R8 LMS GT2. A true luxury car, as the GT2 event is in fact a particular championship designed for amateur pay drivers, a racing category for what we call the gentleman drivers. A category in which this Audi R8 is queen. GT2, a car that was first introduced at Goodwood's Festival of Speed. One might wonder why. Mercedes for yet another thrilling ride. My ultimate appointment in this country was set with the breathtaking Mercedes AMG 1. The one and only, as Mercedes would say. Mercedes AMG 1 was indubitably on the powerful side. That's an understatement, as the One was built from the dream of bringing Formula One technology to the road. A dream that was meant to come true. Everything in this car screams Formula One. Powertrain, materials, interior. And I believe world champion Lewis Hamilton himself helped Mercedes in the development of this car. To the driver who'll get behind the wheel of this machine in the festival, you're probably not ready. Mercedes AMG 1, I was content and ready to move on to the last part of my trip. After a roller coaster of a trip through France and Germany, my luxury car pilgrimage was bringing me back to my home, Great Britain. My first encounter alone was enough to justify the trip, as I was about to meet yet another fascinating individual.
My name's Stuart Wood. I'm Chief Engineer at Triumph. We're in the Triumph Factory Visitor Experience here in Hinckley. It's a great display of motorbikes. If I had to pick just one bike, it's going to have to be the Rocket 3. It's got high performance, very high capability, high specification, really stunning looks. It really is phenomenal.
A delightful meeting that would be followed by other great surprises from my homeland. My European journey was slowly coming to an end. Yet I still had so much to see to complete my Luxury Chronicles. Starting with a keenly anticipated stop in Hinckley.
We pay a lot of attention to the detail and how well the bike works.
And a special rendezvous with the Triumph Rocket 3R. My next British stop was McLaren, with the most exclusive McLaren there is, the Elva. The extreme expression of what a McLaren car can be. Fifth in the McLaren Ultimate Series, a line that encompasses McLaren's most advanced design, engineering, and performance. Like McLaren says, the Elva is a car that needs no destination, designed to deliver nothing but the purest possible driving experience. Light, powerful, split-second agility, with no roof, no windshield. This is a car that plays with your senses and builds a connection between the driver, the car, and the elements. Directly in line with the experimental legacy of the founder of the brand himself, Bruce McLaren. Renowned driver and engineer, always looking to push aerodynamics further. The Elva is a beautiful tribute to that heritage. Time for this detour at McLaren, but I was so glad I made the trip. The Jaguar CX-75 concept. X for experimental, and 75 as a tribute to Jaguar's 75th anniversary. A breathtaking hypercar that unfortunately couldn't be mass-produced. car world. An elegant and avant-garde design so popular when it came out that she received the Louis Vuitton prize at the Paris Mondial de l'Automobile in 2010. Star of the 007 movie Spectre, along with her co-star, the Aston Martin DB10. Another British concept. Quite the life for a concept car, isn't it? Prestigious prize winner, and this is only scratching the surface of what this car could have been. Luxury car brands of Europe without stopping by this prestigious manufacturer's headquarters in Crew. Impossible. So there I was at Bentley, face to face with splendid machines, and notably the Bentley Mulliner Bacala. The Bacala is gorgeous and impressive from afar, but also incredibly well crafted from up close. I was dealing with the elite of British luxury and design refinement there. Exclusive. Only 12 units have been made, produced by Mulliner, the oldest coach builder in the world, and a serious token of quality. But, needless to say, such prestige comes with a significant price tag. Despite this beautiful day with Bentley, my trip was slowly coming to an end. My next stop will be the last of this Luxury Chronicles journey. Ultimate day of my European luxury tour. And it wasn't just any day. It was a day with Aston Martin. I had decided from the very beginning to save Aston Martin for last. For this brand is quite unique when it comes to famous British cars. From the early 20th century, and Martin, from Lionel Martin, co-founder of the brand. The name Aston Martin now resonates in a very special way everywhere around the world. It embodies the British modern luxury touch, so to speak. Cars that are fast, cars that are beautifully crafted, and on top of that, cars that now come with an unmissable pop culture connection that started with the appearance of the DB5 in the Goldfinger movie in 1964. As a result, Aston Martin cars nowadays have undoubtedly become some of the most desirable cars in the world. Being able to see the new Aston Martin Vantage. Freshly released, this brilliant vehicle is yet further proof that British luxury is still very much relevant, with a bright future ahead of it. This is it, the end of my European luxury tour, with each stop more enlightening than the last. A fruitful journey for my archives and for you drivers of Motorfest.